And welcome to
Wrestling Gab. It's Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Night SmackDown. Is our volume working? Looks like it. So
Everything looks like it's working. Everybody can hear me. Oh no, you poor things.
Yes, okay, it's working. All right, it's time for SmackDown. Looking forward to seeing Baron Corbin tonight. WWE's got it figured out. You know what they did?
No, I don't.
They added another talk show. Because they figured if they want to go one-on-one with AEW, they got to talk more and wrestle less.
Really?
That's the only thing I can think of.
Huh.
But they added a Baron Corbin talk show. It's called Happy Time or something like that. Or Happy Gilmore. I don't know. It's called something happy.
That's just redonkulous. Can you put it on the chat and I'll
Becky's
say hi
coming.
to all the people out there that are here for Smack Your Downs. It looks like we got Sophie and Ryoto's in the chat. Hey, Ryoto. Nice to see you back. Anthony's out there. Walter's with us.
Becky.
And that's all we've got for right now.
Man. Lynch, look at that showing the midriff.
Walter is Becky Lynch coming out. Boo! Oh, Walter.
How can you boo Becky?
Robbie's in the chat saying the fraud. Hecky limp. Oh, really? She doesn't look like she's limping. I don't know how that works
I mean, all pimps limp a little bit.
Pimps limp. And we've got Alita with us, of course. Alita. Hey, Alita, how's it going? Anthony Manzano says, Gab, do you guys think that WWE will eventually move their four major pay-per-views to 2 days to talk about Rambo's Survivor Series and SummerSlam? And then already having WrestleMania at 2 days.
Right, so it doesn't look like they're going to do WrestleMania at 2 days next year. They're throwing around some ideas. Because they're going to do it in Dallas, and I don't know if they were going to plan on doing it over the weekend like that, but they were talking about doing the Raw in Dallas Stadium too, Jerryland. So they would do it. It's AT&T Stadium, but call it Jerryland on Sunday and Monday, and they're going to be there for Friday, but not in that stadium. They're planning on maybe doing like a half bowl place where the college plays, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It holds 32,000. But they're planning on only having around 40,000 people at WrestleMania in that stadium that can fit over 100.
Wow.
Which is just dumb. Why do it there? Why not do it somewhere else?
Yeah, why not just do it at a smaller venued place then? Why would you put it?
Fuller. But maybe the things will change. I think they're worried about the virus.
Right. Sophie says, I like how all the AEW fans got mad when Dynamite didn't get a 1.5 rating like they thought, and they are also mad. Let's see. That Raw beat Dynamite in the 18-49 demo by 1%.
Boom.
I didn't know they were all mad. Haven't heard anything about it. So it's like now reports are saying that the 2-night Mania might not be set in stone. It all depends on certain stuff. Ryoto says, what are y'all thoughts of AEW going all out with all their stars going against a weak WWE Raw and Raw beats them in the ratings?
I don't look at it as a competition. They're on different days. Raw's going up against the NFL, if anything, and they're losing every week. The NFL gets more ratings.
Right.
I don't consider AEW a legitimate threat to Raw.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's a brand new show. It's only been around for about 2 years. Actually, it'll be 2 years in a week, I believe. And so I just don't look at it as a credible threat. And the only reason they're getting these high marks in the first place is because of the WWE guys that they brought in.
Right.
So once they get things and they're set sail, literally, and moving forward, when they get full gear, right?
Right.
We're going to see how things work out. But you can't compare the two. One's a giant and the other one's not. And why are we comparing it to Raw? Compare it to SmackDown. SmackDown's getting like 2.2, 2.5.
Right.
It's a legitimate number one show.
Right. So if it doesn't think if the Dynamite card was in reverse, Dynamite might had a small chance to beat Raw in the demos.
Right.
And Walter, of course, says, hey, Travis and Dalethea, SmackDown. And Sophie says Dynamite did have to compete against all the new and old shows premiering on that night in the time slot. Rocho said, hey, Walter. Sophie's like, wow, you guys are on time. Walter says, yes, hear you. Walter says, Becky Lynch coming out, boo. And Robbie said, the fraud. And Alita says, I'm here. Sophie says, Becky said that she didn't know about the SummerSlam match until the day before.
Makes sense.
Walter says, trivia on commercial. Alita says, baby didn't get her nothing. Baby didn't get her what? Walter says, Extreme Rules this Sunday. Yes, Walter, you are correct. Robbie says, D. Travis is Extreme Fools pay-per-view gonna be better than the Ish Show's Scummer Scam. Ooh.
No. SummerSlam was a pretty good show.
I don't think
Extreme Rules doesn't have any matches
to.
that anybody really wants to see, is there?
And I don't know if they've done any like rules for their stuff, so it's just kind of weird. Or a last minute notice.
She keeps throwing that baby thing out. I don't like that.
It's very true. It's facts, they're saying.
It is facts.
It is facts.
A lot of people hate facts.
They do. Nobody threw me a party. Sophie's like, if they do go back to a one-night mania, a lot of
Nobody
people
threw her a party. She likes cake.
The 2-day mania will be upset. Sophie, you can't make everybody happy. That's just how it goes.
I would be super upset if they go to one night because that means it's going to be like 7 hours.
Yeah.
I like the 2-hour day or the 3 2-hour shows.
Right. Roberto's in the
2 3-hour shows. There we go. We got it.
Roberto says, Happy Friday.
Happy
Alita says,
Friday.
some don't worry about the negative shit. And Ravi says, the EST ain't the best. Walter's like, WWE draft coming up soon. Yep, next Friday and then the next Monday. Walter says, Belair will win this Sunday. Ravi says, stats ain't a true reflection. Alita says, she is. No ass, no hips, no boobs, nothing.
Are we talking about Charlotte?
I think we're talking about Becky, maybe? I don't know.
But she's got a pretty face.
Anthony says, Gab, for me, if they keep Raw and SmackDown in Dallas, why not have it at both the American Airlines Center and where the Texas Rangers play?
Yeah, exactly. Why not? I don't know why they want to fill up Jerry Lane. I mean, if they're going to fill it up, go ahead.
Robbie says, D, not interested in Becky on the mic. D, you love a long WWE show. Yep. It gives me more chances to annoy the crap out of you, Robbie. Greg is in the chat. Hey, Greg says, hi, guys. And Alita says, still, sorry. Don't worry about the negative still. Okay.
No.
Ryota says, prediction, Drew gets drafted to SmackDown.
Yes, definitely. I see that coming.
Robbie says, no, D, EST rhymes with best. Oh, Aston best. Walter says, hey, Greg. Alita says, Becky, nothing. Sophie says the ratings are supposed to be changed in some way next year. Greg says, why is Caveman Travis? We're on no beard to Travis.
I trust me, I got to shave it now because I won't shave through November, and that's bad enough. I'll get it all cleaned up sometime. It's been a crazy 2 days.
Very crazy.
Or at least one day, about 24 hours.
Robbie's like, D with a low blow to me again. Ha ha. You always ask for it. It's because you're asking for it. Anthony says, Gab, are the rumors true? The reason why Becky was wearing that really flashy fur coat because she was pregnant again? No.
Oh, she's wrestling.
She was just pimping.
Yeah.
She was just pimping. She probably thought it looked awesome.
It did look awesome. And no, she can't be pregnant because she wrestled like 2 days ago.
Please don't. It just makes you not smart sounding. Walter's like, ladies, fight on SmackDown. Greg's like, what state are you in again? We're in Idaho. Ryoto says message retracted.
80 degrees.
Says, what are your thoughts about AEW Dynamite moving to TBS and Rampage staying on TNT starting in January?
I can see why they're doing it, absolutely. It makes a lot of sense. It gets it out of the way of hockey on Wednesdays, and it looks like there's not going to be a lot of hockey on Fridays, so why not keep it on TNT? Plus, TBS probably doesn't want them. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Robbie says, Becky, can't she just put S in the best loader?
Right.
Pickle is in the chat. Hey, Pickle says, Travis, are you turning hipster on me, or is that Andrew Luck's neck beard that I see?
I was listening to Becky.
Piccolo says, Travis, are you turning hipster on me, or is that Andrew Luck's neck beard that I see?
All right. Trust me, it's not meant to be there.
Ryota
I try to get rid of that stuff.
As Ryota says, are you sporting the playoff beard, Travis?
Okay, good.
He totally is. Make fun of him some more.
I will literally go in and shave it right now.
Vindicator says, SmackDown rule number 1, you can never discuss the parents or children, but Becky threw her kid in there, so.
She had her own, though. Yeah.
Greg says, oh, so you're next to Wyoming. Been following that a lot this week and next. Been following Wyoming? Why you been following Wyoming? What's going on there? Are you talking about that weird thing that happened to that girl?
Yeah.
Anthony says, that's not true, because remember Paige told a story that her mother was pregnant with her while she was still wrestling matches, Gab.
That was a long time ago, and it was in the independent. It wasn't in a major organization.
And there's a possibility her mama didn't know she was pregnant with her until after a while. Ravi says, Est is so annoying, get over yourself. Vindicator says, but of course guys bring up each other's families all the time. LOL. Sophie says, the two-night mania at least is still in discussion, though. Cool. Ryota says, we need you to sport the Sami Zayn beard, Travis. He has had a beard that long, guys. Sophie says, do you guys like watching wrestling by yourself, or do you like watching wrestling with other people?
I like having people over and do it, but we haven't done that for a couple years because we do this.
Robbie says, Paige is done out here. Her neck is cooked.
Yes.
Hers is really bad.
And it was bad anyways. It's not Sasha's fault, by the way, guys. It's not like Sasha's the one that hurt her neck. Her neck was already messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And Sasha just iced it.
Greg says, the girl that killed yes, that idiot guy. She's like, here, let me whack you in the face.
It's like that last thing you tasted. You don't have it in your mouth anymore.
Oh, look at me. I'm bad too. I'll kill you.
Is she the greatest that ever held the SmackDown?
No, she's not the greatest that's ever held a title.
It's gotta be Bayley, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
She had the longest. But there was also nobody wrestling at that time.
Right. I was like, haha, Est got clarted. P-Cola says, isn't bad. What do you think?
Nope, Shrit slipped behind. Look at this.
The entire chat could haze you, but Travis, a little bit of stubble isn't bad. What do you think? I don't care.
It's all
it does not bother me whatsoever. The only thing I care about is if he takes showers. That's it. I don't care how much beard hair he grows.
It's almost the first.
Every once in a while, I do complain about his nose hairs, but that's about it.
Yeah, no.
They start sticking out and saying hello. I start saying, can you clip your nose hairs?
Hey, look, she's got that same top on that she wore in that picture I posted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's like, I got you.
But she got better bottoms on this time, so I can't.
The Est?
But that's not that same top. It's just the same design. Are we off?
Oh, yeah, disconnected. It's reconnecting.
All right. Well, I don't know what people are going to miss there. Hopefully,
reconnected, successful.
We're back. Sorry about that, guys.
Our OBS
Look who's with them.
So we paused.
Tony
so we'll
Storm's
probably be a little more behind than normal.
And Rick Boogs. Just started talking in our ears. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
That?
You obviously did.
I guess so.
When they were cutting to commercial, somebody started talking.
Oh, I wasn't paying that much attention. Did we leave those out here?
Sure, that's on there.
Nope.
Are they in the chair, maybe?
I don't know. I think I might have taken them inside. Yeah. Inside, it looks like.
I didn't see them anywhere. I'm pretty sure I didn't grab them. But I could have.
Yeah.
The biggest upset in Masked Singer history. Have you ever watched that? No.
What is it?
I don't know. Oh, Masked Singer.
All right, here you go. I'll just read some trivia questions. The Masked Singer, no, I've never watched it ever. Like, I've seen the commercials and that's it. The only time I've seen him is when we watched this. Here you go. Here's a question for you. Who is the only WWE superstar who has seized the Intercontinental Championship 8 times?
Ooh, I think I know this one.
Robbie's like, haha, yes, you got clarted. Greg says, so AEW has had bigger crowds. Ryota says, how would you rate the Grand Slam event?
Grand Slam. It was all right. It started out really slow. It picked up towards the end of the night, and I really loved the finish so far. And I do know what happens later tonight, because I did read the spoilers. And it looks like it's going to play out like everybody would think it would play out.
Sophie said Bobby might also get drafted to SmackDown.
That would be interesting.
Anthony says, Gab, what are your thoughts so far on NXT 2.0 in the past few weeks?
So I guess there was like a promo of like a guy, he did a promo and WWE cut all of it out afterwards. So it's on my recording and I haven't watched it. So I didn't watch Tuesday's show. But I do want to go back and watch it. I guess it's something to do with like white privilege or something. I don't know what it was. But I guess it was pretty funny. People were laughing and loving it on the internet. And I guess a couple people got offended. The 5 people that get offended about everything put it on Twitter. So WWE pulled all their videos off YouTube.
What? That sounds weird. People don't get offended about that. Why do people get offended?
People get offended about everything. So.
You know, white privilege is a myth, right?
I don't know
totally
if that's
a myth.
it probably wasn't that. It's something along those lines.
Oh.
It was something just politically incorrect. Or maybe that's what it was, a politically correct rant or something. I didn't watch it, so I don't know exactly what it was, and I don't even know who the guy is. But I do have it recorded, and I will watch it. I was going to watch it, but my dog came home, and he's crippled, and there's a lot to deal with that stuff. Just
Rick
little
Boogs!
things. It fills my little downtime. I've got it kind of full for a little bit. I'll figure it all out, but trying to get into a new a rhythm.
The answer to the trivia question was Chris Jericho. If you guessed Chris Jericho, you got it right. Good job.
Rick Boogs.
Vindicator says Slapjack must be smiling on his couch at what Becky did. LOL. Alita said, yes, she did rack Becky in heels. Sophie says, who knows how long it will take them to decide if Mania is going to be 2 nights for the 3rd year in a row. Walter said, good job, Belair. Sophie says it's Steve versus The Fly. Right? Flying around. Robbie says if S wins, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Vindicator says, you know what's weird? Most people don't discuss that Bianca and Becky dressed alike for some reason tonight. Piccola says, I'm feeling Bianca's jacket. Yeah, it reminds you of like the 90s when you put like buttons and patches all over your own denim jacket. Remember those days? Ryota says, thoughts on AEW creating a tournament in memory of Owen Hart. Haven't heard much about it except for you guys in the chat.
Yeah,
they haven't released
anything. It anywhere else but in here.
Nothing on AEW so far that they're putting anything on there. Sophie says when they announced the deal with AEW and TBS, Rampage was scheduled to move to TBS as well. I don't know what changed that decision.
Who knows? I don't know what's on Friday nights on TNT or TBS, so right. I don't watch TBS very often. Shit, I don't watch TNT very often unless wrestling's on there.
Right? Vindicator says good for AEW. And it looks like
Apollo coming out.
Apollo Crews is the one that Nakamura is wrestling.
Look at that CGI'd lions up there.
Right?
That's weird.
With a weird background thing that nobody can see but us, which is stupid as shit.
Oh, no, it's up there.
Oh, is it?
That's a big screen.
Oh, it's a screen. Vindicator said that. Walter says Apollo Crews will lose. Alita says everything depends on protocols. And then he says, Gab, if you guys watch NXT the past 2 Tuesdays, I'm not sure if you agree with this, but when you look at Braun Breaker, he's a mixture of his father Rick and his uncle Scott.
Absolutely. When I first seen him, I didn't know who he was. And I literally said that. I was like, he looks just like the Steiner brothers.
He did. He said it. I was there.
I was like, oh my God, he's just like the Steiner brothers.
And I'm like, who are they? Ravi says, if Joshua and S lose, that will make my weekend. Piccolo says,
You don't
do you
want
have trivia tonight,
Joshua to
Dalethea?
win?
I did. I asked it.
I'm hoping Joshua wins tomorrow. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Piccolo says, I won a 6-pack of craft beer last night at the trivia bar. Nice.
Boom.
Ravi says the Masked Singer is tapped. Walter and Anthony gave answers. And Luke is in the chat. Hey, Luke. Says, hi, I'll just checking in because I miss you all and I feel so bad I missed streams. That's okay. Take care of your health, buddy.
Life happens.
That's what happens. You got to take care of yourself first. Sophie says, does AEW air repeats of Dynamite or Rampage like Raw sometimes does on the USA Network? Haven't seen them yet.
I don't think so, but possibly. I'd have to check the Google.
The Googler. Let's see. Walter says, hey, Luke. Other people are giving answers to that trivia. Alita says, hi, Luke. And it looks like it disconnected again, and we are paused.
Nice.
And I have just totally...
You did what?
Did we get done? Are we done? Paused? Are we not working anymore?
Don't know. It says green.
It says it's working. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, hopefully I got caught up, and mine was like doing weird shit. So right. Let's see.
Look at this Apollo, and why Apollo's not getting pushed, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I just feel like he has everything that he needs. He's got a character now. He's got size. He's got speed. Right. He's got. What doesn't he have?
I don't know.
He's even got like a manager guy that's a badass.
Anyways, Ravi wanted to know who Nakamura was wrestling, but that's Apollo Crews, and Walter wants Nakamura for the win. The indicator says, feel better soon. Luke, sending positive vibes your way. Piccolo says it's a different audience. Joe Gacy had some cringe speech, and I don't know what writers want to push the envelope, but not stir the pot with mainstream media actually chiming in.
I think that's what it was, right? With that guy, Gacy?
Joe Gacy, yeah. Luke says, thank you, Vin. Ravi says, just go to YouTube if you want to rewatch AEW or WWE. All right. Okay, here's another trivia question for you. Which 2 WWE superstars today and in the past attended WrestleMania 6 in the Toronto Sky Dome? See, Robbie's like, D, mate with fake Nigerian accents. Robbie, we all know he's your best friend. I don't know why you insist on saying they're my friends when we all know that they're really your friends.
They're the 3 best friends.
At least you have friends. I don't know why you don't want them.
Right.
Oh, let's see. Piccolo said that. Robbie says Apollo with accent. I can't take it. It's too funny. So it was like tonight is part 2 of the Grand Slam. Sophie says both the King and Queen of the Rings tournaments are supposed to start next week as week. Sophie said tonight is part 2 of the Grand Slam. Sophie says as well. Oh, as well. Ravi says I saw Mandy Rose is in a faction now. Yeah, she kind of is with 2 weird women I've never seen before. Vindicator says Intercontinental title belt looks better than US 24/7 Cruiserweight, WWE, and Universal title belts. Possibly, but I do have to say that the AEW's belt looks way good. Like AEW's main belt now that they changed it and made it bigger and like heavier, it looks so pretty. Sophie says, what did you think of the Chris Kanyon Dark Side of the Ring? Never watched it. I don't think Travis has either. Ravi says, why would I want Joshua to win? He's overrated. Ravi, I think you think everybody is overrated. Do you look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you're overrated on a daily basis so that you feel close to all the other people that are overrated? Sophie says, now everybody wants to cancel John Cena for what he said about Kanyon. Cool. Alita says, I saw him and I saw both brothers too. Always says, do you love all the Z-listers? Stop projecting on me, Ravi. We all know it's you who love them. Piccolo says, Mandy Rose's promo wasn't very impressive. She brought back in 2000s Mean Girls vibe mix with Sable's I know you want me, but you can't have me speech. That sounds hideous. What a stupid way to do it. Sophie says it will be funny if Dynamite ratings get lower when they move to TBS. No, it'll be hilarious. Ravi says D going in on me like with low blows, like she's Nia Jax. Ha ha ha. Nia Jax doesn't do low blows. She does legitimate ones. They're just very physical, so they hurt people. So If you get hurt by what I say, you need to grow thicker skin. The answer to that trivia question, if you must know, is Edge and Christian. We're back with Shinsuke Nakamura and Apollo Crews hanging out in the squared circle for the IC title, guys. This is for the IC title. We have Rick Boogs on the outside and a sneeze over there for Apollo Crews. I'm not sure why Shinsuke Nakamura is doing backward somersaults in the ring, but he did, and it's weird. Oh, a sneeze out there. Looking on. King Nakamura's pants, because of the white piping he has down his butt crack and up his crotch, makes it look like he has ripped his pants every time I see them. And I'm like, what in the world is going on with his pants? It's just ridiculous. Oh, he got way kicked in the face there. That's awesome. How dare that happen? Oh. So I guess Tony Storm didn't come all the way out with him. Just Rick Boogs, who's over there with his guitar, having a good old time, yelling at Shinsuke, saying, "You can do it, boss man. You're the king of everything."
The king. Speaking of king, we're going to have the King of the Ring tournament here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what Sophie was saying. The Queen and King tournaments are going to be happening here pretty soon.
Who's going to be the queen? Liv?
Probably. Let's see. Like D going in on me with Lobos. Do you tell myself I look good when I look in the mirror? Don't lie to yourself, Robbie. It's not nice. Sophie says Adam Cole has been interviewed by everybody this week on different podcasts. Sweet. And Vindicator says, starting with the man in the mirror, Dalethea campaigning for Ravi to be in a Michael Jackson song remake, right? Ravi's like, oh, do you really try and giving it tonight on me, right? Well, I want you to go to sleep happy. Sophie says the answer to the trivia, and Piccolo says, I'd give Travis $100 if he dresses up as Boogs for Halloween. Ha ha ha.
I got a guitar.
Robbie,
an electric one.
Robbie says, D, I subbed to your channel on Instagram, even though you love to take shots at me. Sweet! Thanks for the sub on Insta. You're going to follow us? We don't really post a lot on there. We should probably do more. But I'm boring.
Start a Facebook page.
Anthony says, Gab, what are your thoughts of MGM Studios and WWE Studios partnering up to do a remake of the old game show from the 80s and 90s American Gladiator?
Why not? Sounds fantastic. I love American Gladiator. Oh, did he just land on his head? Boogs with the Boogplex.
A Boogplex? That's just weird.
Arm drag. Apollo in trouble. Rolls through. 1, 2, and 3. Nakamura with the dub.
He retains his Intercontinental title. Good for him.
So is there a guy in the front row with a blonde wig on?
Maybe. No, that's a girl. Oh, that's probably her hair braided. Vindicator's like, funny, Piccolo mentioned that I haven't seen any super chats in here in a while. Thanks, Vindicator, for reminding us of how lame we really are.
Yeah, it's part of the game.
Robbie says, I don't sing DI beatbox. Oh, do you? So basically you just make weird grunting and spitting noises all over the place. It's gross. So, Sophie says, did you hear that one of the Lucha House Party asked for his release from the company, and they released Jackson Riker this week?
Oh.
Dang it, poor Jackson Riker.
I forgot that he was on the team. That's funny.
It's like, he was there, he tried to do something cool, and then he's gone.
And they're like, that Elias thing didn't work out.
The Lucha House Party, I wonder which one it is. Dorado?
Grand Metalik.
Grand Metalik asked for his release?
Yeah.
Poor Dorado. What's he gonna do?
I don't know. I feel like first of all, they haven't done it. But if they decide to, Dorado's good enough to be on his own.
True, but who's he gonna be friends with?
Does he have to be a friend? He'll just chase around the 24/7 title until his contract runs out.
Oh, I don't
WWE is so different
Poor Dorado.
than every other organization. They have like 5 people, and that's it. Like, everybody else is just fighting to wrestle those 5 guys. And if you're not wrestling one of those 5 girls or guys,
you're like, no, you don't exist.
Yeah.
Walter says Nakamura won. He did. And Pico says, I watched the Renee Paquette interviewing Jungle Boy. He was a Panther mascot in high school, and he met Anna Jay while playing beer pong.
Well,
good for him. That's cool. Lolita says, I haven't had yellow rice in a long time. Is it like curry rice? Is that what it is? Like curry or turmeric? What is it flavored with to make it yellow? Sophie says, where did Travis go? It's a magic trick. He just disappeared off the screen.
Sometimes I just misappear.
Vindicator says, Travis doing American Gladiator chat stream. LOL, not just kidding. Walter says, at 9 p.m. I'm going my time on Sunday. I'll be here for Extreme Rules. Still here 30 more minutes.
All right, we'll be here tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow at noon your time to do the pay-per-view predictions if you want to hang out with us if you got a minute. Alita says, that was a great show. Ravi says, I've been beatboxing since I was 5.
They brought back American Gladiators like 2 years ago. Remember?
They did. I gotta remember it. Fizzled out.
I wish it would last because they don't do anything that lasts. Because every time I want to watch a show, it gets canceled, and that would be one that I would watch. Maybe it's because I don't watch them.
Maybe
until they're done, and then I watch.
And then you're like, oh, look, it's done.
But nobody watches them when they're live. Maybe the DVR has ruined TV.
I think it has because, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to watch that show, but we can just record it, and then I never watch it.
Yeah, like Little Sheldon and, what was that one? It's got Jason Biggs in it.
I kind of remember
excited
that
about it. It's on our DVR. It's like 20 episodes of it. And the one with the cartoon on Fox with they're living in
the North one or whatever. Yeah. That one was pretty. We watch that sometimes. I make us watch it every once in a while. Because they're short and quick.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the Young Bucks. I want to match with them tonight. Whoa.
I'll do it. Never mind.
He didn't ask.
Doodle-doodle-doo. Yes, my tribal chief. I will get it done immediately.
Shit. The Street Profits might not make it.
Who's going to be their friend? Who's going to be their third?
There's no third. It's a one-on-one match.
Oh.
Ford against Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's sad.
That's what I said.
They're like, Ford's like, well, my wife is going after a title. I should be able to go after a main title, too. Let's do it. Yeah, you look silly doing it.
He'll last longer than she did, but still.
Yeah.
I do want to see that Monsters remake. Hopefully that really is a thing.
Right? Anthony says, Gav, for me, what I hope what they do with the King and Queen of the Ring tournament is used to promote underused talent or NXT talent from the Performance Center.
Not gonna.
Yeah. Piccolo says Lynch Dorado gets a major push. Not. Right? And Sophie says the WWE is also going to do a Vince McMahon movie as well. Cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Here is another trivia question for you. WrestleMania 2000. Which McMahon was on the side of the Big Show in a fatal four-way match for the WWE? Ravi says it's not yellow rice, it's Palau rice. Did I say it right? If not, please tell me how to say it. Alita says AEW. Sophie says they did do a reboot of American Gladiators with Hulk Hogan like 15 years ago.
I don't remember that.
Alita says it's called Yellow here. And Vindicator says Riker was misused just like The Fiend, Bliss, surprisingly not released, Branson Reed, Mickey James, Tucker, and the Iconics. I don't agree with you on Branson Reed, Mickey James, or Tucker. I do agree with the Iconics and The Fiend on the misuse. They could have done so much more with The Fiend and not put him in any kind of title matches, but I'm not sure if he just didn't want title. If he wanted title matches and they were like, we don't want you to have the title though.
Right.
Or maybe they were like, we want you to have the title, and he's like, I'm happy not having the title. I just want to have weird feuds with people. Who knows? We don't know what happened in the background.
It's tough. But he's a guy that can stand on his own.
Yeah.
And next week when he takes over the Dark Order.
Cool. Turmeric.
People are going to be super excited.
That's a rumor, people. Don't take that as truth.
Hometown. Fact. I heard it on the Twitter sphere.
Ravi says I beatboxed live on stage in London and once in an outdoor pub in Scotland. Oh, can we find it on YouTube? If we look you up, will you be there? Like, did somebody record
it on Insta? I'll come watch it.
Put it on there? Or do you have a recording and we'll watch it? Walter says Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. Boo. Piccolo says there's a similar show, kind of like American Gladiator, but it was all about parkour stuff. And they had 7 to 8 different characters who chased the contestants.
I remember
watch something? Did we watch that one time? Yes. We were just like, what the fuck is this shit? And I was like, can we turn it now?
It was called Tag.
Oh, Tag.
Wasn't it?
I think so.
Or Ultimate Tag. Or...
Ultimate Tag.
I remember that.
It's Ultimate Tag. That's what it is. Yeah. Sophie says Dorado could have asked for his release as well because he is also upset with his spot in the company. Maybe. And he might. Piccolo says, so since I'm a Paul Heyman guy, I have a trivia question. Good deal. What is it? And Alita says, OMG, Little Sheldon.
Recorded them all. Never watched them.
Piccolo says, Philadelphia is the birthplace of ECW. What is the name of the original arena where they wrestled in the 90s?
Britsburg.
Ravi says SmackDown needs to liven up. And Walter's answering trivia. Ravi says D, you said it right. Oh, good. I've never heard of it, so.
I don't remember.
I'm not around a lot of Indian food. We do have a couple places in our town that have it, but I've just never been.
Like Indian tacos?
No, not Native American type Indians. Like Indians from India food. India food.
Sonya Deville's birthday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that why she is wearing a plaid tie? Like, what's his face over there? They're both wearing plaid ties. All right, the answer to that trivia question, guys, was Shane McMahon. If you guessed Shane McMahon, you got it right.
Shane O'Mac.
Peter says, I have no interest in a McBossman movie. He has dropped the ball big time for the last decade now. Lolita said Mandy Rose looks great.
Doesn't she?
Sophie says some shows are on Netflix or Hulu or on Peacock, depending on
I think she's wrestling in like a bra.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's funny. Walter's like, where's Ayla in chat? I don't know. She might be busy. I know she had to work until 6 o'clock. So she might be late or not coming. Who knows? Ravi says, I never put it on the internet yet. When I do, I will let you know. Maybe you should have put it on the internet. Like today. Sophie says, and some shows are on HBO Max, like Young Sheldon. Piccolo said the Hammerstein Ballroom was where it was at.
Pretty sure that's a bra.
Well, if not, it's very nothing happening there. Well, good for her. Her darker hair makes her eyes really blue.
Wasn't it her face? It changed her face.
Mm-hmm. Well, the makeup and whatever filter she's using changed her face too. But yeah, she changed her coloring to match it, basically. Alita says, love that tie. Which one did you like?
Sonya.
Sonya's tie?
Yes.
If you love her tie, then you all should love MJF's scarf, because that was pretty much the same design. Vindicator says NFL player JJ Watt was the host of Ultimate Tag. Yeah, it was kind of an odd show. Basically, adults at recess. Not surprising it didn't last.
Right.
Ravi says, never let people tell you big people can't wear plaid. Ha ha. Who said that? What do you mean big people can't wear plaid?
Fat bastard. In his kilt.
Are you talking about big people as in, like, you know, whatchamacallit, like higher up people?
Or obese.
Or are you being politically incorrect? Are you being offensive, Robbie? Vindicator's like, Ayla got bored not having a crazy female or Aaron in the chat to feud with. Piccolo says she still can't wrestle, whether she's brunette, blonde, or purple. Poor Mandy. Piccolo, you're mean. I was like, Dee wants to hit up Mandy's stylist. No. Her hair color is pretty much my natural hair color. I just don't have blue eyes. Sophie says it's funny Jackson Riker got released a few months after his tag partners got released. One got released a couple months before the other guy got released.
Right. Nobody was using them anyways.
Robbie, I know exactly what you meant. I know you meant big as in fat, freak. You're a meanie. You're so mean. You're just mean. So, Ravi, since you're Indian, even though you live in the UK, what are dishes that if somebody was new to Indian food, they should try? Not spicy, though. Like, not spicy stuff. Or kind of spicy. Like, medium type spicy.
Gluten-free.
But not extra spicy, because I don't do spicy. Flavorful spicy, yes. Hot spicy, no.
I didn't know you could wear red and pink. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Very brother lovey.
I think it was terrible, but whatever. The truth. You're hurt. Oh no, he's hurt so bad. So his like Ordinary Joe is also a good new show. It says DU Defo got something. Yeah, probably the clap. Alita says, I do love his scarf, but it's not real. Chris says Karrion Kross and Scarlett announced their engagement. Oh, are they really getting married? I didn't even know they were together, really. And thanks for being in the chat tonight, Chris. How's it going there in Texas? Robbie says, D, I learned from. You learned from? You learned from what? Sophie says, Seth will be on Steve Austin's podcast this week, and I thought Karrion and Scarlett were married. Piccolo says, "Oh, I can't unsee that now. Seth Rollins is Brother Love 2.0. Piccolo's like, you totally ruined my life, Travis. Thanks a lot, jerk. Minicare's like, Mandy is leaps and bounds a better wrestler than Eva, Bliss, Carmella, Zelina, Britt Baker, and Nikki ASH, who is not as good at it as Nikki Cross. You're hilarious.
Hilarious.
You're so funny.
Oh, God. I will find you where you sleep, and I will beat those words out of you. Oh, my God, he's going to beat somebody in front of his wife.
Oh, my God.
Edge is in trouble.
Dude, seriously.
No, he's not.
I think that's illegal, right? You can't just whip it out and beat it, right?
In front of his wife and children? No, you go to jail.
Okay, I just wanted to make
sure. Here she is. Looks like Liv Morgan's going to be on television, guys. Definitely not a fan. I wish I was. There's nothing appealing about her.
Oh, good. Look. They're having that Liv Morgan versus Carmella match again on Extreme Rules. I can't wait.
We knew that was happening. They announced it last week.
Yeah, I know. They're doing it again. It's just ridiculous.
They've had that match.
What the hell happened with that? They're like, I don't know what's happening with my camera.
Cameraman tripped.
I guess. Either that or
Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega. This should be fascinating. But they'll push Liv.
And Carmella's going to be out there with Zelina.
I'd rather see Zelina. Personally, but that ain't happening. Brand supremacy. Next Friday, draft time. I do wish they would just make a day of the draft. Instead of making it part of the show, just have their own day for the draft. Is that next week? What day is today? It's like 24th. Is it possible that the next week's the 4th? That can't be right.
Yeah. Well, next week is the end of September. And the first is next Friday, so a week from today is the 1st.
Right.
And then...
So then a week from Monday will be, okay.
Yep. A week from Monday will be the 4th.
So next SmackDown is going to be the first round of the draft. So we have to have our pencils and papers ready.
Yes.
Ooh, we should get the board out. We could do the board.
We could. I'll have to wear something nice. Should I wear a blazer jacket and look like I'm going to work and being all like professional?
You can.
I don't know.
I was just gonna wear red and you can wear blue, or I can wear.
But if we're gonna have a board, you gotta have somebody like,
we'll stand up.
like a business, like, and this is how it is in our presentation.
You're gonna do like the before. Now, if this gets drafted here, this is what could happen. This is a game-changing draft pick. This is a lottery pick. Like the NFL, you're breaking down each player. We all know that Dorado might be losing his tag team partner, so this is a good time to draft him right now. He's probably the best player available.
Right.
He speaks Spanish and English very well. He pulls great pump promos. You have their promo rating.
Right? Like, there he is.
He's got a hell of a promo. I don't know, guys. He might slip down to 8.
All right, here's a trivia question real quick. What is the Great Khali's finisher?
All those big guys have the same finisher, so it can't be anything spectacular. The slow motion sloth.
Let's see. Vindicator says that. Ravi says lamb or chicken curry or achari prawn puri is good. Dal curry is also good. None of this is spicy. Lolita says masala. Ravi says I learned from you how to be mean. Good. Vindicator says, yay, excited to see Liv in action tonight. Chris says Britt Baker versus Alexa Bliss would be a dream match, lol. Sophie says today is Stephanie's birthday, and
Britt
also
Baker
says,
against who?
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
I wouldn't say no. Sophie says, I saw Ultimate Tag. It was horrible. And Robbie says, Liv is underrated. Chris is like, Liv Morgan time. Vindicator's like, LOL, I'm actually being serious. Those wrestlers I listed are terrible. They only have jobs because of their personality.
Is that their chest?
Is that saying something?
Or they're pretty.
Picola says, ew, do a Stephanie McMahon question. Sophie's like, Adam Cole said that the WWE was interested in signing Britt. They kept asking him when she is free to sign with them. Vindicator says, well, Eva Bliss are good looking too. Ravi says, D, stop hyping up these dead matches. And Picola says, to be honest, I miss hearing the old Mandy entrance. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys miss Mandy. That better?
Zelina Vega!
As Picola wanted me to whisper Mandy. There you go. Sophie says, do you think it will help Dynamite ratings wise when they move to TBS on January 5th?
No. Not going to hurt or help.
Ravi says, tandoori chicken is decent. It's a nice red sauce. Okay. I don't really eat, like, prawns and, like, fish type stuff. And I know that you guys have a lot of dishes that are fish-based. I could do chicken. Maybe lamb if it's cooked right.
You mean not baked to dryness?
I never had made it before, so I could have done it. What exactly is dal curry? Like, what is in it? I know it's a curry, but, like, is it, like, vegetables, or is it, like, a meat?
It's Steph Curry's cousin.
Is it dal?
Hmm.
Don't think so, but we could say that. Alita says, LOL. Picola. Sophie says, Mandy and Sonya are the last two remaking of the 2015 version of Tough Enough. Picola says, Khali did that odd head crusher finish. Let's see what the answer was. It was called the Vice Grip. Arby's barking.
Mela is money.
Mela is money. Picola says Khali did that odd head crusher.
Look at this outfit, everybody at home.
Her nose is fine. Okay.
It looks like her face has recovered.
That's good. Ravi says, D, did you send Stephanie a present? No, Ravi, I was expecting you to do that, not me. Picola's like, yes, she did the thing. I'm glad that I can make your night,
I feel like
Picola.
she put her shirt on backwards or something. The whole front's open.
She forgot that she needed to put the opening in the back, not the front. They're like, I don't want to see your boobs and your belly. I want to see your back.
Liv Morgan taking a right to Zelina. Hopefully Zelina can get a comeback here.
Piccola says, yes, she did the thing. And Ravi says, tandoori chicken is good. Get some from the Indian.
Oh, Carmella. Thank you. She is
Peter
lame.
says, damn, I can't see Liv after all. Damn, I can't see Liv after all tonight. Shit. See you after my break, guys. Oh my god. She should just like lean back a little more and see if she can break her back.
No.
What? Oh, come on. She's got to be bendable.
Talk about how beautiful I am. Oh, I'm sorry, but you're sitting on the table. You should have to pay for this.
Where are your dollar bills, Michael Cole?
Can
Give them
we
to
not
her.
watch Zelina Vega in the ring?
I want to watch Zelina Vega in the ring.
They keep flashing over to Carmella.
Right?
Argus, you're fine, buddy.
Chris says maybe Storm will come out and turn heel again on Liv. Vinny Hater said,
oh shit, face first. Zelina Vega's in trouble.
Doll is yellow lentils with curry in it. Oh, okay.
Does anybody know what curry is?
It's a spice.
So
Curry.
What's a lentil then? Bean?
A lentil is like a bean.
So bean and spice? So it's spicy beans?
Not really. Curry isn't always spicy. Curry is a
first
spice.
thing she did, make sure her top was still on.
Right? She's like, that's my boobies hanging out. Curry is a spice, not
Zelina
spice.
Riding her like Seattle Salute. And what?
Wow. Zelina won.
Zelina Vega.
They did not. Oh, is she going to cry in the corner again? Oh,
she
God.
could. Liv Morgan
Liv going to cry? Oh, my God.
Pouting.
Oh, God. She's probably going to. Oh, she's crying. She's going to cry. She's totally going to cry. Sophie says there are fans out there that want the WWE to end the brand split, which won't make any storyline sense. They did that when they ended the first brand split.
That's not happening. It doesn't make any sense to have everybody on the same channel.
Mm.
And then, can you imagine that? There would literally be only 10 people on TV on 2 days a week.
Right? It'd be sad.
It would be hard to watch. You'd have Roman Reigns main eventing Raw and SmackDown.
They had a digital exclusive earlier today. This must be that show you were talking about.
Yeah.
So does he have a lot of money because his wife left him already? He didn't get her back?
That's great, though, right? Your wife leaves you, and then you win the lottery?
Right?
It's like, oh, sorry. That's so cool. When they put that water repellent stuff on your stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's so weird. Why would
we
you
got
want
Zelina Vega victory. We got King Corbin showing up. His name's not that anymore. It's Happy. This is him.
Happy
Corbin. I have a funny feeling that this show's going to get interrupted by Kevin Owens.
Probably.
Because Kevin Owens is a hater. He's drinking like, that haterade.
You can't have a show. I have a show. Robbie says, D, I was expecting you to send one on my behalf. Why would I do that? That's just silly. Sophie says there is going to be a Mario movie coming out next year with Chris Pratt as Mario and Jack Black as Bowser.
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt?
Is it real quick? You know?
He's the guy that plays.
Okay, got it. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, that guy. Pickle says McAfee needs to say, Mela, you make a better door than a window. Get out of the way, Red Devil.
You red she-devil.
Sophie says, wow, Zelina actually won a match since her return to the WWE. Ravi wants to know who's playing Luigi. And Chris is like, what? Zelina wins? Yeah, she fucking won. Ravi says, D, go give Liv a hug. Yeah, no, why don't you give her a hug? I'm sure you would probably appreciate it way more. Walter's Vega won. Boo! And Sophie says Charlie Day is playing Luigi. I don't know who Charlie Day is.
Is that a woman?
I don't think so. Alita says it's Haas rice. What's Haas rice? Walter says happy Corbin. Boo. Robbie says who's Charlie Day when he's at home? Yeah, who is he? Is he really a person? I don't believe you. Here's a trivia question real quick. Who brandishes the record for the longest time spent in the ring during a Royal Rumble?
Oh, I know this one, I think. Where are you finding these ones out? In your little book?
Online. I just did a search real quick and it came up. I'll probably bookmark the page. Robbie says, D, all your mates are out tonight on SD Live. Oh, yeah? I didn't know I had friends. Big Ol says, Travis, I challenge you to put a timer on WWE women's matches versus AEW women's matches. Tell us which one lasts longer. Don't have to. The AEW ones usually
eyeball
do.
test. I don't need a stopwatch. I get the old eyeball test. I'm like a cop that does the speed of cars just by staring at them.
Chris says, you know what's funny? This Happy Corbin gimmick isn't fooling anyone. We know in real life he's rich. Sophie says, I don't always pay attention to the trivia questions. Cool. Sophie says, Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong. Robbie says, I sure would appreciate it more, D.
They're going to have the donkey all smoking weed and laughing at his own jokes.
Probably. Making fart jokes or some stupid stuff. Robbie's like, I don't know these new film actors. I don't know them either.
Chris Pratt, he was on that Office, I believe.
He was. No, it was Parks and Rec. He was on there. That was where he kind of got his start, I guess you could say. That's where he
And then Guardians, started. And I think he was probably in something else too. I can't think of
He's been in a few different things. I could not tell you what they are, though, because I'm not like, oh my god, I know everything about Chris Pratt. The only thing I know about him is he was married to that weird girl. They had a couple kids. Ferris. They got divorced.
Anna Faris.
And then now he's married to Schwarzenegger's daughter or some shit.
He's married to a Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy!
And I think she's pregnant already and having a baby. Damn. I think that's the one.
He married a Kennedy. That's old money. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's actually part of the family. She has to be. Shriver? Right, Shriver?
I'm sure she is.
Her daughter's going to be a Kennedy. So yeah. That's nuts to think of.
Nutty. Totally nutcaser.
Remember how pretty she was in, like, the 90s? That Maria Shriver?
Yeah, and then she got weird looking. As time went on, it just got worse. Like, she used to be pretty, and then all of a sudden she had, like, weird droopy face.
Can you imagine her self-esteem? She's married to Arnold, right? Which would be hard enough because his body was perfect, basically. Like, literally won awards for his perfectness.
Right.
Before the over-roided, you know?
Yeah.
He was in the generation where they were just looked good.
Yes.
Like The Rock, kind of, almost. But way better than The Rock.
Well, like The Rock before he kind of got all weird this last few years. He's gotten kind of over-roided himself.
But anyways, perfect as it is. Then he cheats on her with the ugliest human on the planet and has a kid.
Yeah, the maid or the housekeeper.
She wasn't even remotely pretty.
She wasn't that pretty. No.
I was like, they showed a picture of her, and I was like, oh, hell no. No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
I don't believe it.
DNA test proved that he did. God damn it!
Maybe she played with his jerk-off rag. I don't know.
Robbie's like a month's forward done before the match has begun. Right? Sophie says Fox and USA Network might not be happy if the WWE did end the brand split because they want their own roster storylines and championships.
They might do another brand split and have a third brand.
Wouldn't that be awesome? The answer to that trivia question was Rey Mysterio. If you guessed Rey Mysterio, you got it correct. Old Ray.
Hey, look at those chairs. We should get those for our show. Brown and everything.
Brown leather chairs.
Just like that.
Look how small they are, kind of like the way
he's like 8 feet tall.
I don't care. You know that those chairs are probably like $400 a piece chairs or something.
Corbin's the first guest. He's his own first guest.
That's awesome.
Happiness is just an emotion.
Happiness.
Happiness.
His happiness is the most amazing. Bobby says his bozo is doing up Frank Sinatra with the getup he's wearing. I was like, D, them chairs look comfortable. And Walter's buying us. He's going to be gone. He'll see us this weekend.
See you, Walt.
All right. Bye, Walter. Have a good day tomorrow, and we'll see you on Sunday.
What are we doing for Halloween?
I don't know. Pico says I miss Ding Dong. Hello. You miss old Ding Dong? I'm not sure I miss Ding Dong yet.
But she's going to need to come back after her suspension or whatever's wrong.
Her broken knee ball.
Oh, I know. That's the storyline. She did something wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I'm making a proof.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure they said she was injured. Like, what are you talking about? Sophie's like, did YouTube pay for your chairs?
We don't have chairs.
No, nobody paid for our chairs but ourselves.
We pay for everything ourselves.
Sophie says Charlie Day is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know that one.
The brunette girl that's the main character? It's kind of funny.
That's playing Luigi? Wouldn't it be a guy?
Oh.
It'd be weird.
Oh, is it the guy that's in that Horrible Bosses?
He's pretty funny if it is. It might be him.
Yeah, that guy was in Philadelphia.
Pepper Owens in our chat's like, grr, and then how dare you injure my spine, Corbin.
Here he comes.
Hello. Ayla's in the chat. Finally, what, Ayla? What's Ayla finally about? That Walter left? I'm just kidding. So it says Key from Key and Peele is voicing Toad in the movie. Cool. Alita says, hold up,
shit.
is he interviewing
Who's
himself?
This guy?
He was interviewing himself.
Do we know who this is?
I have no idea.
It's that guy. This dude. So nobody knows who he is. Kevin Owens fighting the guy in black.
With a ponytail that didn't look like he had a ponytail with his hat on.
Oh, right into the arm. His left arm may be dislocated.
Oh,
and if Kevin Owens' contract's really running out, Corbin probably win this match. So,
is there a match happening now?
Extreme Rules, I would assume.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes.
Puglo says yes, that's him. The guy you're talking about.
There you go. He's funny.
Robbie says, D, Sunday's pay-per-view best be good. D, I'm counting on you for it to be good. You can't count on me, dude.
You've got to take it to the next level.
It's WWE's fault if it's not good, my man. And your own for not enjoying it.
Is that, what's his name, that Rick Moss or whatever?
Rick Ross?
Moss. Riddick Moss or...
Maybe.
Remember him, Moss?
Okay.
They pushed him for a little bit, like 2 weeks, and then he got hurt or something.
Oh, maybe it is him then. So he's like, who is the... Don't know. Ayla says, I'm off work. Oh, finally. Okay. Robbie says, boo, Ayla. Chris says, Happy Corbin hired Mustafa Ali. Nope. Sophie says, who is this guy? I don't know. Pico says, oh crap, it's the guy from the underground from last year. Is he who you think? Is it who Travis thinks he is? Riddick Moss or whatever?
Oh.
Ayla says, the coffee you brought me was a lifesaver. Oh. Well, I'm so glad it got you through the first part of your day.
You're saving people's lives.
Totally, with
one
coffee.
Life at a time.
One coffee at a time. Sophie says there are some fans that canceled their Peacock subscriptions. Yeah,
I'm sure. It happens all the time.
Robbie says, haha, Montez singing and talking cracking me up. Too funny. He's a pretty entertaining dude. Indicator says, Travis, who is the new lackey for Corbin? He always needs help ever since dropping his lone wolf gimmick.
Is it not that Moss guy that was around?
Pico says, Riddick Moss. That's the dude.
Yeah.
Chris Akane says, Riddick Moss was in the Raw Underground. There you go. Robbie says, D, don't shift the blame on me if Sunday pay-per-view is
Look
bad.
who it is.
It's your own fault, man.
It's one half of the champions. And look, it's the other half of the tag team champions.
What's even better? They won't be talking this time.
Oh, why?
Because all Rhea did was cry the last time. She got emotional.
You're talking about that.
Weird.
She got fake emotional because she forgot her lines.
She's like, look, I decided to wear my hair different. And I'm going to wear my lingerie tonight.
She's going to wrestle in that, huh?
She's like, I'm taking a page out of Mandy's book, I guess. Oh, it's just Nikki ASH. She's wrestling, but Rhea is
Which one? Is she going to wrestle one of the
one
girls?
of them, I'm guessing, Natalia or Tamina, my guess is. Because
I was hoping it was going to be the other two. Shotzi and Knox.
Yeah. Chris says Riddick Moss was in Raw Underground. Yes, Vindicator says, oh, Mojo Rawley was misused too, but he's an actor now, so he's doing all right. Oh, is he an actor, though? Is he, like, a good actor, though?
Yeah, he's like Denzel.
No, he's not.
Yeah, they're going to redo the Equalizer with him. I'm kidding.
I hope so, because ew. Don't mess with things that are good, people. It'd be like if they tried to remake Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, they're going to do that with him. That's a rumor. He's going to play one of the Marilyns.
Is he?
Yeah, one of the Marilyn Monroes in that scene. It's not really Marilyn.
Not surprising. Not surprising.
It's Aliska Haskell or whatever her name is, his mom.
All right, here's a trivia question for you. Which is presently the most watched wrestling tournament ever in North American history?
WrestleMania. I didn't know.
Which is presently the most watched wrestling tournament ever in North American history?
Huh.
Chris Connie says Nikki Ass on SmackDown. Nice. Robbie says it's Rhea and her niece. Pickle says Buddy Cop Tag Champs. Sophie says Bailey is coming back, but sometime after Mania next week.
Wow.
Robbie says D is an actor full of show. Yeah,
full
right.
Show.
Sophie says, yeah, horrible bosses. Sophie also says, oh, great, the chat was awesome before Ayla was in here. Vindicator says, Dalethea would leave a lump of coal for everyone who shows a little hint of emotion through watery excretions from the optical area, lol. Robbie says, tumbleweed moment. Chris Connie says, that's his answer. Luna says, yeah, he's in the Marvel film Snake Eyes as a street bruiser. Oh, is he? It was like, I posted a video of Travis on TikTok. I caved and downloaded it. Oh, God.
Lord.
That's what she sent me. I was like, what is she sending me?
On TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one that's already on TikTok that I already know exists?
No. I don't know. Will this?
Just turned off.
Pause.
Sorry, it's commercial time.
Oh. So it disappeared.
I don't know if our music is that music is off. I'm like, why am I driving so slow? But I have a baby with me. Like, I usually don't drive that slow.
Right? That's funny.
That's pretty funny. All right, we are back. I'm TikTok famous. I have 4 likes.
Only 4?
It was 4 likes in the corner. At least I think they were likes. Could have been dislikes, I guess.
Nice. All right. Put that back on live. All right.
Hey, where do you guys watch all these series? Where's the Munsters? Can you watch the Munsters?
On like the TV?
Yeah, like a series. Binge watch. Can you binge watch the Munsters? Is it on Peacock or Disney or Paramount? Or
the answer to that is an answer you should know because you probably watched it. And you've probably talked about it multiple times.
Cool.
Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant 1988 rematch at the main event.
Was it a tournament?
A wrestling tournament. The main event's probably a wrestling tournament. Anyways, that's the answer.
I mean, obviously that match drew so many, it was like 35 million people watched that.
Yeah. Well, it's still the most watched to this day.
Yeah, hands down. There's nothing even close.
So it's Natalya and Nikki ASH.
I mean, it drew like Super Bowl numbers, like modern day Super Bowl numbers.
That's cool.
I don't know if people know this or not, like, because the wrestling fans are like fighting over 1 million people watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like AEW and NXT and all those.
Right.
Wrestling used to get more views than Monday Night Football. Just the way it was. You had over 4 million for the WCW and over 3.5 million for freaking Raw. 7-8 million people watching wrestling.
Huh.
At the same time. They were on at the same time.
That's crazy.
Now, it's not even close.
Right, Luna's in the chat says, yeah, he's in a Marvel film. Snake Eyes as Bruiser. Okay, read that one. Ravi says, Vince, so true, haha, and Ela's flipping off. Sophie, I imagine. I was like, Ayla, why? CBP is in the chat. Hey, CBP.
Hey.
Alita says, I don't know. Seth freaking Rollins version 1's in the chat. Says, can y'all call Joe real quick? I don't think he's okay.
What? What's wrong with Joe?
Sophie says, he was also the voice of the space guy in the Lego movie Charlie Day was. Luna says, Street Fighter, excuse me. Sophie says, what is going on with Joe? Grace says, Dee and Travis, have y'all heard of that girl Gabby and her BF Brian? They found her body in the Grand Teton Park. Scary, because I was in Jackson and Grand Teton Park earlier this year. Yep. Seth freaking Rollins version 1 says, I don't know, his not here. Ravi says, Elton John, that mega mix is awful, not a fan of Elton. Ayla says, Ravi, because I'm bored. Chris said there is officially an arrest warrant for her boyfriend Brian now. Yeah, because he disappeared.
So are you guys just worried because he's not live? Or was he on there and then didn't show up?
Sophie says you could see Kevin Owens resigning with the WWE, and Ayla says, shut up, Ravi, it's Elton John's song. He remixed it. Ravi says, Ayla, you joker, and I'm the one that lives on my own. Vindicator says, people confuse nearly every action hero movie for Marvel film these days, although Disney has the cinemas on lock with their influential dominance. Chris says, Natty looking good tonight. Yeah, and that red and black outfit she was wearing this time.
She usually looks fantastic, doesn't she?
She's been looking way better than she has in the past. Some of the outfits she's chosen in the past are yucky. Nikki ASH got the win. Quick pinning. Poor Natalya. Tamina really did try to interfere, but Rhea made sure she couldn't.
All right, I sent him a message on the chat. It says he's active.
On Insta? Insta chatting? Here's Shotzi and Knox. Here it is. This is what you wanted to see.
Knox looking pretty good.
Vindicator says never heard of the Monsters. It's the Munsters. M-U-N. Munsters.
Oh, I need to make that one of my rants.
Sophie says, I love Marvel movies. And Ravi says, it's still bad, Ayla. And Ayla says, because no one likes you enough to live with you. Yeah, right.
It's funny, once those girls get on the main roster, Vince is like, this is what you have to be eating. This is what you have to be doing. Because look at her. She's changed. Her body's thinned up.
It's better for her knees, too.
Uh-huh.
Vindicator says, sometimes Rhea is a monster, but is brutally cool. It says, Elton is a goddess, love him. Sophie says, Chris Pratt is also in Jurassic World. So freaking wrong. So he said he got the COVID vaccine. Oh. Ravi says, Natty is officially done out here. Sophie says, I like Justin Timberlake and Michael Jackson. Chris says, Nikki is with the win. Ravi says, Ayla, who? Mr. Wiggy. Chris says, oh shit, Shotzi time. Seth Figueroa says, Shotzi and Knox. Yes. Vindicator says, Tegan and Shotzi looking great as always and can actually wrestle. Ayla's like, who?
I told her reverse is going to be down, over, and up. So you push it down.
Oh.
She's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Reverse should be over here, but Chevy decided to put it up here. Because it's the same gears as the 6-speed.
Right. But you have to like press it down, right?
Yes.
And then shift over and then
you
up
can't
to get into it. You can't go this way with it. You have to like press down and then do it.
It's the same transmission that their 6-speeds have. They just don't have that gear in it. So you could take that case, open it up, and put your 6th gear in there, and then you'd have a 6-speed.
Right.
There it is. Look at Sami Zayn going to be his man. This is fantastic for wrestling right here.
Yeah, totally.
Sammy's obviously lying straight to his face.
Of course he is. Oh, that's a major lie right there. Ayla's like, who? And Robbie says, Elton, don't he wear a wig? Ayla's like, no. And Sophie says, are you guys on Twitch as well?
We have a Twitch. But we don't use it unless we're banned.
Yeah. Ayla says, what the fuck? How are you from the UK? Robbie's like, yeah, of course he does. Ayla's like, I don't know. I guess I never seen him in a wig. And Sophie says, if you could stream the Munsters, it'd probably be hard to find it on one of the streaming services. That was Travis's question. Is the Munsters on one of the streaming services?
Or do I just have to buy it? Because that's something I would like to watch.
Travis says, oh, Ayla, how does your mind work, huh? Chris says Dom needs to embrace his real poppies, kayfabe, Eddie footsteps, and lie, cheat, and still.
Naomi, it's ladies' night tonight, guys. SmackDown's been all ladies.
Has been very much ladies. She's still doing her weird glow stuff, though.
She looks like a bird.
That's wings that she's flapped around there, so yeah, it makes sense.
Is she a funkadactyl still?
Right?
She's like, I can't get my wings off.
Robbie's like, D, get your glow sticks out. Fleshy Rollins is like, I'm on tonight. Sophie says Seinfeld is going to be on Netflix for the first time starting next week. Yep, the first. I'm not going to tell you that.
The Friday.
Vindicator says SmackDown going all in on women's matches tonight, then probably won't have any next week. LOL. Alita says, do you feel that? Do you feel that glow? Do you feel it, right, huh, Alita? And Illa says, Google the show's name with where to watch. I'll tell you where. It'll tell you where to
I'll
watch.
look it up later. And I'll forget, so I'll forget all of
that. Film Nation BTS is in the chat saying, hey, what up? I am here. Sweet, Film.
Fantastic to see
you. You're here. That's awesome. We're here, too. It's cool.
Right, we're always here. We're like a clock.
Here is another trivia question for you. How much does Hornswoggle weigh?
Sorry. It's, there she is.
She's doing it in fast speed, her workout. That's cute. Hilarious at the same time.
I'm busting out. Still got my ass hanging out. It's just like, I'm sexy. So Joe did not reply to my thing, and it said he was active 7 minutes ago. So I don't know if he's back on yet.
Film Nation said, what did I miss?
Monday night. Oh no, Friday night SmackDown. I'm missing the show too, I guess.
Like, where are we? I don't know.
Lots of women's matches tonight.
We have a lot of women's matches. Montez, right? Montez Ford.
Yes, going up.
Called out Roman Reigns, so that's going to be the main event tonight. We had the
in no shape, form, or fashion did Ford call out Roman Reigns.
Oh,
he just said the Usos are bitches.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then Roman's pissed off about it.
Right.
But anyways, because of the bloodline.
That's funny. Let's see. So, anyways, so that
Joe is live.
Joe's back live, guys. So
not back. He's just
he's
started.
Live now. Oh. Anyways, so that was that, and then they had the Intercontinental title match between Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura and Apollo Crews. Shinsuke Nakamura retained his title. They had a match between Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega won that, and Carmella came out with her.
Sat on the table, looked pretty.
Let's see. What is another one that happened?
What
We just saw Nikki ASH and Natalya, and Nikki ASH won that.
Yes, and then Tegan Knox and Shotzi Blackheart showed up. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Now, so did they have any other men matches?
Kevin Owens got beat up.
Oh, yeah. Happy Corbin came down, and he has a new show, and his first guest on his show was himself. And then Kevin Owens came down, and he got beat up by Riddick
Brandon Moss.
Riddick Moss.
Is it Riddick Moss? I know it's something Moss.
And Happy Corbin both beat him up. Anything else happened?
That's it. That's not. It's like a full show.
Yeah.
Now we got the Glow out there.
Oh, yeah. And now we have Naomi out there. Robbie says, Ayla, where to watch. Film Nation says, will Charlotte Flair lose the title to Alexa Bliss and go to SmackDown? Chris says, apparently NXT 2.0 has advertised next Tuesday is going to be Women's Night. They literally said. Cool. Sophie says, I meant Bayley is coming back next year. Oh, yeah, yes. After WrestleMania. She's about, usually whatever she did to herself is about a year. Robbie says, D is so cool. She's frozen, right? Robbie says, D never knows most of the time. Alita says, I will never not support Naomi. Film Nation says, I wish there was more women's matches more often. And the answer to the trivia question was 130 to 140 pounds is what Hornswoggle normally weighs. Film Nation says, will Alexa Bliss change her hairstyle, Extreme Rules, and hopefully not dreadlocks? She doesn't have dreadlocks right now, Film. I don't know where you're getting that. Robbie says, D was gassed for Zelina and Ash winning. Film also says, but anyways, what is your thoughts on Roderick Strong as a new NXT Cruiserweight champion?
It just is. It's the isness of wrestling. Wait and see, and it'll change.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says, the Munsters and the Addams Family are two shows that you can never find it on anything. Chris says, Addams Family has a whole channel of all the episodes on Pluto TV app on your TV.
I could watch that on Roku.
Film Nation.
I'm not a huge fan of that one.
The Addams Family one. Film Nation says, I miss Bayley. Hopefully she'll come back soon. Vindicator says,
TBS used to do one, and then then they would switch it, and they'd just do like half a year. I think it was like 6 months on, 6 months off.
Oh. Vindicator says, I hope the EST jumps in the ring and gives Roman a low blow to the crotch, not because I don't like Roman, but because it would make for amusing television. Sophie says, except for the main event, though, it is ladies' night. Ella says,
so it's an
I'm
open
a show.
challenge.
If you Google my name, technically, yes, I'm a show. No. Star Wars.
Is this going to be her first feud? Sony going to wrestle?
Sophie says, Pluto TV is annoying to watch stuff on. Yeah, that's always good to know.
There it is.
Sophie says, Seinfeld was on Hulu for years until a few months ago. Yep.
Everybody knows that slap the glow right off your face.
Ayla says the Munsters is on Peacock.
Talk.
Sorry, we have that one. We'll have to look.
I already paid for it.
Film says, I'm joking. Yeah, she doesn't have dreadlocks. I know she did have something weird with her hair for a while.
It's the one job you have. Not the one match you got. Or the one job you got. They're not cutting her money.
Can't cut the audience's audio.
There it goes. It's all cut. Oh, now it's...
Because it's like, what, Sonya is an acting professional.
This is perfect. This is Stephanie McMahon style. Get security out here. Is the Usos going to come down and help her? Just kidding. It has nothing to do with her. Although Roman could get her a match.
True. Robbie says Naomi versus Sonya should happen. Sonya is just kidding. Just hiding behind her bad suits and jobbing to Adam Pearce.
She might as well just braid her hair and then use it as a whip too. It's just as long.
grabber.
Grab her. She's a woman. Can't do that.
An abuse of power.
I love the MJF
tie.
I wonder if Vince knew she was wearing it. Like, she could get in trouble for that one.
It looks just like his stuff, huh?
Are we getting close to that time?
Not really.
Not really. Light work. It's definitely light work. Hey, I like how they have the conduit painted red. Oh, look at this. Alpha Academy. Aren't they heels too?
Aren't they? Like, they're not very nice.
They're not very pretty.
Filmation says, did you see the weird moment between Naomi and Sonya Deville? Right? Vindicator says Travis doesn't like when men get physical with women.
Yeah, you don't do it. Especially
Sophie
in
says,
WWE TV. We just don't see it.
Sophie says for some reason there is this weird rumor that Naomi left Jimmy to be with Sonya. I don't know where that rumor came from.
It's funny.
Film says it looked like they were about to kiss. Oh, yeah? Officer Clark is in the chat saying, get her out of here now.
Get her out.
Chris is like, I like this MJF Sonya with her suit. Robbie's message returned. Chris says that's her new nickname, MJF Sonya. Oh shit, Big Otis wants the tag.
Oh shit, Ford just fell.
He didn't quite make it.
He's
That's too funny. That's hilarious.
Ford doing the dance, doing the rope-a-dope.
It says Sonya's done out here like Boys to Men, end of the road, fam. Alita says, OMG, if this happens, I will get on the Twitter or their YouTube and say something about this.
If Ford wins?
No, I think about the whole Naomi and Sonya thing.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Film says, oh, I
kids.
know which rumor that came from. It's that YouTuber that I can't stand at Wrestling News Now. To be honest, I can't stand Wrestling News Now. He is the worst YouTuber.
I don't watch it.
I was like, yeah, get D out now. If you really want me to leave, because I will. You'll all be sad, though. Because guess what'll happen? Your comments will go unheard.
You just sit over there and read them.
Here's a trivia question for you. Who won the first Money in the Bank event? So if it says, when will we see Sonya return to the ring every week? They have planted that seed that she could return to the ring.
Is that what we want to see? I like the GM Sonya. I guess they could do both. It's
She
kind
could.
Like a Stephanie thing.
She could go out there and wrestle some, I guess. She's got to, if she's ever going to come back to wrestling, she's got to get her feet wet a little bit, right?
Like go one-on-one with Liv Morgan. Would be cool.
Yeah. Film says he makes a lot of fake news about which wrestler's going to AEW. That's not true.
Right. I love those ones where everybody's going.
Everybody. And then
Roman
people
Reigns'
fall
contract
for it,
runs out in 2027. You know he's going. He doesn't like running the whole show.
Right? Film says, like I said, once again, I can't stand them. I've seen this video a couple times. They were just terrible. Robbie's like, I'm crying, D. Oh, are you? I don't believe you. Lieutenant Martha's like, and stay out. It's not fair telling Naomi to leave and stay out. Robbie says, who Wrestle Talk or JD206? Yeah, who is it?
Who is it?
Tell everybody.
Woo. I don't Wrestle Talk.
It chilled out pretty quick, didn't it? So he's okay over there.
As long as he's not in the grass.
Right? I can hear it not even in my ear.
What's that commercial?
Jesus. Like, holy.
Arizona.
Sophie says a fresh match to main event the show. Film says if she was about to come back to the ring, I think she needs to do training first. Film, she might already be training. We don't know what she's doing in the back.
They don't show them.
You know, they don't really show a lot of that stuff.
Unless you're talking about like Rocky training, like where they would show it as a montage. for her like intro. Dun, 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 dun. And she's all like Hulk Hogan. She's got the whole headbands and everything. She's like, "You gotta stay pressed, take your vitamins, drink your raw eggs," and she's just guzzling eggs. She's just training.
Mm-hmm.
They used to show Hogan's training on her, so and he would take what's his name, Mean Gene Okerlund, with him,
Mm-hmm.
and Mean Gene would be in his sweatsuit with his bandana on, be like dying.
Mm.
Hogan would be all jacked up with his short shorts on, tank top.
That's funny.
Good old days.
I was like, do you never like Naomi? So why am mad she got asked to leave?
Everybody likes Naomi.
Said I never liked Naomi.
It's ladies' night. That girl with the orange hair that hangs out with Mandy, I can never tell if she's pretty or just disgustingly ugly. Like
I think it depends on the light and which angle they take.
Oh god, that girl is gross. And then I'm like, wait, maybe she's not as bad as I thought.
Why is your sock on backwards, like inside out?
I don't know. I don't look.
Oh my god!
Like I care if my socks.
That's hilarious, though.
The socks are designed that way. You're supposed to wear them inside out. What show is that? Is the scene?
I don't remember.
There's a movie, and the guy says
it's just funny
that socks are designed wrong, so he wears them inside out.
I remember when that happened one time, and you were like, "I don't understand why my shoe felt weird all day."
Right, it was all slippery,
and you got like a blister. So he's like, which Monsters, the original or the failed reboot? This is on Peacock.
What the fuck? They did a failed...
I don't want the failed reboot.
I didn't even know they
original.
did a reboot. That's dumb.
Film Nation says, everybody likes Naomi. To be honest, I have nothing against her. I'm not a big fan of her.
Oh, Becky. Fired up.
Says, to be honest, I miss Bliss, an older gimmick that she had before the new gimmick came along. Bring back the attractive Bliss that we all know and love. Old biscuit butt. I was like, Travis, that gal with the carrot top looks like she would go all night and more.
Oh, I'm sure she would.
Vindicator's like, that's right, Travis, get Dalethea up to speed on modern men's footwear. Pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to wear socks.
Give me some pure white Air Force Ones.
And wear your socks inside out?
Inside out. With my pants pegged and pulled up a little bit.
Oh, God.
With my short socks. I'm not a sport it.
Tim says the evil Bliss, to be honest, is not a turn on for me.
Old biscuit butt. I haven't seen her for a while. Where is old biscuit butt? I don't even know if she has a butt anymore.
She hides that under her little weird dresses that she wears.
Here he comes, your tribal chief, the big dog, the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
This must be a really long or short match. Ayla says the original black and white is on Peacock. Nice.
That's what we want to see.
Robbie says this is
the
good
judge
Halloween
from
music.
What was that show? My
now.
Cousin Vinny. The judge from My Cousin Vinny is Herman.
It's funny. Ayla's like dumb ace.
That's what a champion looks like right there.
Yeah.
You notice he doesn't wear that gold glove thing anymore?
Robbie says Ayla DVR
it's red. Do you
for
think
me.
that's a hint that he's wearing it wrong?
I don't know what that is, sweetie. Maybe he
glove.
just wanted no blood to show when he hit people with it. I don't know.
Because he's so destructive. Like, he's like Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that guy.
Who said that they were excited to see Anthony Joshua lose tomorrow?
Somebody in the chat earlier.
Usyk.
Can't remember who.
Alexander! My favorite name, by the way. Usyk.
Alexander.
It's by far my favorite name.
Sophie says, I'm surprised that The Monsters isn't on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. Vindicator says, Travis, you want to take any bets that Roman loses tonight? LOL, just teasing.
Right. Loses the title.
Ayla says 1964, unless that's a reboot from what, 1930? Ha ha.
It could have been.
Could have totally been.
No, I want to watch it just in case that dude, Rob Zombie, really does redo it.
Right? And it says, I'll record it on VHS and ship it, ravioli. Right? Hopefully you got a VCR, dude. Because we ain't going to spend the money to put it on
Extreme Rules
DVD.
match. The Demon.
That one's going to be an Extreme Rules match, huh? And then we
Anything
have
goes.
Tag Team Championship match of the Usos and the Street Profits.
Can you imagine if Brock shows up and just decimates Roman?
It's terrible.
And the Fiend wins?
You mean the Demon?
That's it.
The Fiend.
Yeah, the Demon. The Seaman.
Women's Championship match we knew about. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair.
Looks like it's just a straight up match. I didn't see the other one.
No, it was just a straight up match for the tag team titles.
Good thing we have Extreme Rules when none of them are going to be extreme.
United States Championship
Triple
is just
threat.
a triple threat match, which really isn't an extreme rule, but it is
has
what it
no
is.
rules.
Jeff Hardy versus Damian Priest versus Sheamus.
No disqualification or count out.
Right, but it's not really extreme, right? The Women's Championship is not an Extreme Rules match. It's just a regular one with Charlotte Flair versus Bliss.
Little Miss Bliss. Or the Blister, as I call her.
That's it. No other matches so far. It's pretty short, sweet.
Well, Corbin and Kevin will show up.
Right. Robbie says, Ayla, DVR the show, don't forget. It was like, no VHS, Robbie. Sophie says, the Addams Family has been rebooted so many times it has become a joke at this point. Robbie says, nice on Ayla, you sending me a VCR as well, sweet. Film says, if Bliss does finish off her career in the future in WWE, I hope she doesn't still continue the evil gimmick throughout her whole entire career.
No, I think that's coming to an end. I think they hinted at it with Flair, saying that she used to be different. She used to be better.
Film says, do you like the old Addams Family or the newer Addams Family?
The original.
Like,
I'm an original type.
Like, are you talking about the original, like, when it was a show on TV? Because, like, the new one I would consider the movies that
Unless
they
he's
did.
talking about the claymation thing. Or the animation one.
Right. And then that was what I was going to ask. Sophie says, VCR, what is this, the 90s? Yes. Ayla says, I bet Travis' sister has a few, so maybe.
Oh, fuck. I'm sure she does. She probably has 12 of them.
Robbie says, Ayla seems to think so. Ayla's like, it's nostalgic. And Ayla's like, jealous much? Robbie's like, Ayla, just like you.
I had a really nice one with a DVD player, burner, and all that under my bed, but I think I threw it away when we threw a dumpster.
You threw stuff away you shouldn't have. Like, that's one thing you keep as long if it works. It's like, you might want to keep that. You never know when you might have to play a VHS tape.
Yeah.
What's on this? I don't know. What's your
shooting with Kennedy. I got the reel-to-reel.
Alita says 10 hours away. Ayla says, yay. What's yay? What's 10 hours away? What's going on? Film says just a show on TV, not the movie, aka the Addams Family.
It's good.
I didn't know that they did a show on TV of the Addams Family.
It always irritated me, but I did like the Hand and their butler. I think they had the butler, right? Yeah, they had the butler. Lurch, yep.
And Thing. Thing was the Hand.
Yeah. Then Cousin It
was the hair.
Yeah. They had funner characters, but the Munsters was just good old wholesome.
They were just normal.
They thought
they tried to be a normal family.
And everybody else was like,
they're so weird. They just went to school and
they had like
and...
a gorgeous niece.
That wasn't human.
Yeah, it's just normal.
She wasn't like a monster or anything.
She'd bring guys over. They'd be like, Big Herman. And he always laughed and like pounded his hand.
Sophie says, Everybody Loves Raymond is a good show to binge watch along with King of Queens. And Ayla says, I like good shows, so I don't know. Robbie's like, Dee looking to play her 21st birthday on VHS. Yeah.
That, what is that?
That wasn't recorded.
Something About Raymond is pretty good. We watched that for like
Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, we watched that last weekend.
It was pretty good. I do like it. They don't play it in any sort of order though, so it was all sorts of off.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But it was funny. Alita says that was 2 botched moves. Ooh. Sophie says, imagine if they did a 2-night Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Do you think they could pull it off?
Why not? They'd have the women main event one and the men main event the other one. It'd be fine. But they're not going to do 2 for everything, I don't think. It just costs too much. It'd be different if they were still in their performance stuff and they could do whatever they want, dictate everything. But where they have to sell tickets to crowds, it's kind of a pain in the butt. They have to rent that stadium twice. And I'm pretty sure when they rent that stadium, it's for a lot of money. because it has to pay for the cleanup too.
Mm-hmm.
And the football stadiums or basketball stadiums or whatever clean it themselves, so they have to pay a crew.
Yep.
And so, not that matters, but they're not having WWE cleaning crew go in and clean it
up. Right. Film says also just kidding on Bliss debuting with hairy armpits. I was just joking. I love making jokes about women's armpits. Women's pits are
right,
aren't they?
Speaking of that, I was just watching an armpit commercial with one of my favorite women in the planet.
Which one was it?
Serena Williams.
Oh, yes.
There's really no. She's literally my favorite woman on the planet, I think.
She is
besides the ones
cool.
I know.
Alita says SmackDown. Phil News is finally Becky being booed. Indicator's like, I bet Travis would get along well and swap stories and maintenance tips with Uncle Fester.
Probably.
Film says Becky didn't get booed at SummerSlam when she turned her back on Charlotte Flair. Okay. No. It says, I wish my 21st was recorded. Can't remember a dang thing. Wait, no, I don't.
I was in a bathroom.
Robbie
I was
says,
belligerent. I would be embarrassed to watch it.
Robbie's like, D. Travis, you should watch a UK comedy called Peep Show about a guy's living in a flat. It's so funny.
It sounds fantastic.
Where can we watch it at?
I love British comedies.
Like, can you watch it on YouTube? Can you look it up and watch it on YouTube? Sophie says, so there is only one Extreme Rules match on the pay-per-view Sunday.
How do I get BTTV or whatever it's? Is that what it's called? BTTV?
I don't.
I'm talking to
British TV. No, you said, is that what it's called?
Right, BTV. I'm asking the internet. Yeah.
Film says Royal Rumble 2 nights.
Because I want that. Because I want to watch sports from over there. So when I buy the pay-per-views, they're like $20. You guys got it so easy.
Right?
Like, DAZN raised its price 3 times. Tripled its price. It's $9.
Oh, so sad.
I have to pay $20 a month.
Right?
They pay $9 and they're bitching. Like, what the hell's going on? I'm going to cancel. I'm like, we've been getting raped in the States for years. Our boxing pay-per-views, like tomorrow, it doesn't matter because it's Anthony Joshua. It's part of DAZN because that's a $9 one there. It's 20 here.
Right.
But for the Canelo Alvarez fight, they're probably going to get it for like 17, 18, 19, 20 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay $75 to watch Canelo Alvarez.
True. Yes.
So I'm obviously not going to do it. I'm going to be watching the UFC that night. That's ridiculous. Like, I want to watch that fight bad.
I know. I do
so I either have to pirate it, which I don't do. I don't like that. But I will do it. But I don't like doing that. I feel like it's very bad.
Or just watch it the next day. Don't see any updates on.
Well, you mean
watch
go
the
pay
highlights,
for it?
I guess. Robbie says, Ayla, were you drunk? Ayla's like, I didn't even make it to a bar. Haha, I was gone by like 9. And Ayla's like, no, Robbie, I slept. Robbie's like, just get IPTV on a Fire Stick and watch sports, movies, and pay-per-view for free.
Is that? Yeah.
Sophie says, taping something on the VCR did get annoying at certain points. Alita says, my 21st, I was drunk and rolled down a hill. My 21st, I basically became the designated driver for all the other drunk people.
Dude, we worked at a ski hill. I was the ski instructor, snowboard instructor. And we started drinking around like lunch. And fucking drank all day. By the time we got back to town, when we got off work, there was a car had went off the road, so there was like a log jam or whatever you want to call it, traffic jam. It was terrible. There was cops everywhere. I was talking to him. I'm like hanging out with the cops. I'm hammered drunk. And it was so cool because the tow truck, he's like, he just thought that he could just drive up this hill.
Right?
Just, hey, I'm a tow truck. I can just go anywhere I want to because I got chains on the back. We're like, it's a fucking solid ice. So here he comes. And it was like, you got to picture, what's that show with the cartoon cars? Lightning
Mater.
McQueen. You got to picture Mater, but a tow truck, like a bigger,
human?
like a semi, like an 18-wheeler type tow truck.
A bigger tow truck.
He goes up and he's coming around the switchback. It's the steep one. It's the second one going up there. Anyways, he's going up, and he just stopped. And it was like slow motion. The whole front end of it slid back, and it hit every single car that was wrecked. It just boom, boom, boom. And its bumper was ripping the sides of the cars off.
Right.
And then it just nailed the cop car and launched it right into the freaking woods. And we're laughing so hard, and we're all drinking. And so we called up to the lodge because we had our walkie-talkies, and they just started snowmobiling beer down to us because we were going to be there all night. By the way, it was 4 when we got there. We didn't get out of there till like 7, so now we've been drinking for 3 hours in our car waiting for the traffic to clear. Those big road trucks with the sand that shoots out, that truck just drove right up that road all the way to the top, turned around, came right back down, drove all the way down. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's like 8 kajillion tons of sand in the back of it, and it's just spitting out right all over its tires. Just drove right up there like it was nothing, turned around, came back. Then we could all leave because the road worked. Then we went to, what's that bar that you like that's closing? With the Buddies. It's called Buddies. He sold it, or he's not doing it anymore. He's like 75 or whatever.
Right, but they're closing it now? Buddies is closing?
Anyways, so we went there, got all hammered, although we were already hammered, but that's when we started doing shots. It was me and Shane, my buddy that's in Florida. And then we ended up at Dudley's. Kind of remember that. And then we ended at the Odyssey, and that's when I tried to fight Trion's one friend, Brian Bernasic. He owns the UPS stores.
Okay. I
literally had a beer in my hand. And I was like, dude, I just hate that fucking guy. Trion's like, well, go beat him up. Like, kidding. I took my beer and threw it as hard as I could at his head. And I was from like here to the basketball hoop. Have you ever been in the Odyssey? We're in the back, that whole big back room. And I was over by where the tees are for the golfing. And he was on the other side of the second pool table by the wall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I missed his head by like 4 inches. He wasn't even looking at me.
Oh, God.
And then I just took off running at him. But obviously, by the time I even got halfway there, it was already broken up. Then we go to the strip club.
Right.
And I walk in the strip club, and my cousin is dating a girl, and my buddy Shane that I'm with is dating a girl. Happens to be the same fucking girl.
Oh, God.
And so, and I come walking in, I'm with both of them. This is my 21st birthday, and she's just like, and of course, I'm an asshole, right? Like, this is the days, like, where I would have been banned, you know? I would have been banned from the internet or whatever. Right. I come walking in, and I was like, oh, look, it's your whore. You know, and she's just like, like, I almost got in a fist fight with her. This thing's like 5'2", probably 100 pounds, and I'm gonna fight her in the hallway. Anyways, by the way, it's like 10, and Trion's like, let's just have a party at my house. So we go back to his house, and I go in the bathroom. He's got one bathroom, 100 people at his house partying. I walked in the bathroom, locked the door behind me, and passed out on the floor. Woke up the next morning on the bathroom floor with the door locked behind me, and I had ripped the sink off the wall because I was puking in it. So I just grabbed the sink and pull up and puke in it, and it just ripped right off the wall. So it was laying on the ground.
With puke all over you, too?
I don't know. Probably. I don't remember much. It was like the worst night ever. I got all belligerent. It was because of the hard alcohol. It wasn't the beer. It was the hard alcohol. Because beer, I was fine. But I was just like all sorts of like emotional distress coming out.
All right. Let's see.
Roman Reigns. Ford.
Film said just for a joke, just for laughing and giggling, which WWE women's armpits do you like? You know, Film, I've never paid attention to their armpits, so I couldn't tell you. So I was like, hope you don't mind the joke. I was just being funny. It was my grandmother would record over the same VHS over and over until the tape was destroyed. Robbie says, I'm watching the Joshua fight at my mate's yard for free. IPTV is the way to go.
What is it called? IPTV?
I'll tell you. The Vindicator says, oh, look at that botch. Someone sabotaged the announce table on Ford, where he gained a lot of weight. And D-Stars in the chat, hey, D-Stars, that SmackDown has been shocking. Sophie says that's why the 2-night Mania isn't set in stone because of how much it would cost them. Robbie says, yeah, SmackDown was bad. Ayla says, never joke about a women's armpits. It's 100% out of, like, offensive as fuck. Women have pits, too. Hashtag. Vindicator's like, but I thought Travis would be more impressed by this match, but hasn't said anything about it. LOL. Poor Montez. He is like Rodney Dangerfield. He gets no respect.
No respect. No respect.
Film says, bro, hey, I was just being funny. Relax. No. Robbie says, yeah, Ayla, relax. Ayla's like offended, definitely. Where's the manager? Film Nation says, thank you. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm really not. Okay, I'll stop. Just relax, please. I was just asking him a funny question, a bullet joke, and that was it. Robbie's like, Ayla, stop beefing with the chat. Film's like, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Alita says, D has a great side view. Thanks, Alita. Film says, Robbie, thank you. And Ayla says, manager of YouTube will get a strongly worded letter about this, y'all. She's laughing. You guys. Ayla's joking with you about the armpits, by the way. Sophie says, remember how much the WWE pay-per-views cost before the network was a thing?
Oh my gosh, yes.
$50-$60 a piece?
No.
It was 40 to 60.
Yeah.
Robbie says, no worries. I was like, Ayla, play nice. Oh, I forgot. You don't know how to. It was like, dude, I'm joking. Eat poop ravioli. My God. Sophie's like, we probably won't know if Mania going to be 2 nights until a month or 2 from Mania.
No, they have to book the building way before then, guys. We're going to find out pretty soon.
Film says, what will be your WrestleMania dream match?
All time or right now? Ford getting a heavy push? Question
Film
mark?
says for AJ Styles' last WrestleMania match, who should he go up against, the rated R superstar Edge or Seth Rollins? Robbie says, I know, Ayla, I'm messing with you, you card. Sophie says, my Mania dream match would be Kevin Owens versus Brock or Bobby versus Brock.
I think what they should do, and I'm not kidding because they could do this, they could pull it off. WWE calls Kenny Omega. Because it's not like he's owned by AEW, right?
Right.
They're independent contractors over there, and they let him go to other promotions.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince says, one match. You come wrestle AJ Styles to let him go. And Kenny does it.
Right.
Just one match.
Just one.
WrestleMania, main event. I don't know if it'd be a main event, but if there was 2 nights, it could definitely be one of the night's main events.
Right. Adagio's in the chat. Hey, Adagio says Superman Punch locked and loaded. And Film says that's a cool dream. Ayla says, y'all know I'm actually beefing when I'm actually beefing. Sophie says AJ versus Rollins would be an interesting match. I thought we have seen them fought before.
Is beefing when you like cut meat at work?
Yes.
Alita
says, hit the like button.
There's that Kimura.
Yeah.
There's that Kimura.
And Film says, please don't report on me. I'm just being funny. That is all.
Tap it. Tap it.
Ayla's not going to report you, Film. She's just joking around, too. Like how you're making jokes about women's armpits. He's tapping.
He tapped.
He finally tapped a little bit on his back. He softly tapped. Film says, I like showing up on these live streams just to have a good time. I love watching professional wrestling. Good.
Make sure you are subscribing, boss.
Robbie says, D, your dream match will be anything that Edge is a part of. Oh, yay. Aria says, ha 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 ha, yes. And Sophie says, it's Travis' story time. Ayla says, I might report you because you're the one that can't take a joke.
Oh, Ford got so high. He knew he was going to land on his knees, so he didn't extend.
Yeah, he didn't extend as much.
He could break his ribs.
Mm-hmm. See, he barely tapped. That's funny.
Time. Ooh.
That wasn't enough for his sins. Sophie says, I love being in here because I don't have that many people to talk wrestling with like I used to.
Well, I'm glad that you're in here.
Yes.
You're fun.
Yes, I'm glad you're in here too.
Plus, you keep me up, on my toes. Tell me everything I'm doing wrong.
Film says that's a cool, interesting outcome if Vince called Kenny Omega.
Just for one match, give him $1 million or something. He'd do it.
Right?
He just threw the microphone, I'm pretty sure, to the crowd.
Possibly. I don't think so, though. I don't think it quite made it to the barricade. Because it sounded like it landed on hard.
Thud. Yeah,
thud. If it would have landed in the crowd, I'm sure somebody would have caught it.
The Usos coming down.
Film says, that's cool, interesting. And Ayla says, lollipop joking. I am joking. Sarcastic.
You guys, this is how they're gonna pop Babyface right here. Watch this. Everybody's gonna go nuts.
Who's gonna pop Babyface?
They're gonna come down. They're gonna start beating him up.
Oh.
Dawkins is gonna come down, also get beat up if they have enough time.
Right.
It's 3 minutes. Then Finn Balor shows up. But his music, and then he's the demon.
But he's a demon. How is he a babyface? That's weird.
It's about popping. It's the pop. See?
Angelo Dawkins is not there tonight. There's no help for Ford from anybody.
So in reality, the best person to have show up right now would be Brock, but it doesn't make any sense for this match.
Or Bianca. She could come out. She's strong.
Bianca could gorilla press him.
She could go out there and beat him with a chair. Because he wouldn't be able to hit her back, so. Roberta was in our chat, but he is saying, have a good night. See y'all for Sunday, maybe.
Music gonna pop anytime.
Roberta, we will be here.
Right through the table.
We'll be doing the pay-per-view for Extreme Rules. We'll also be doing a prediction show tomorrow at 12 Eastern time if you want to hang out with us for a minute. Illa says, who even is the manager of YouTube? It's probably Karen.
There it is.
Film's like, I just got confused.
Is he going to just be out there, or are they going to start his music?
I was like, Roman, hope he loses the title.
There it is. Look at this.
Who even is the matter?
Look at him.
D-Star says SmackDown has been shocking. Yes. Robbie says Finn.
The demon crossbody off the top. The whole bloodline just got taken out. Kendo stick.
Oh, he's beating him with sticks. Vindicator says, I like Trav and Lady D. I see you guys on Sunday. Too bad you're missing out on the real competition where everyone goes on a rampage. But anyway, at least you'll have an extreme weekend. Bye. Bye, Venom. Good night. Willem says Finn Balor needs to become a WWE champion. Ayla's like, Kiwi me? ? Or Roberto's like, oh, okay. And Robbie says the Three Stooges getting cooked.
Another series that might be fun to binge watch.
The Three Stooges?
We'll be on here like...
Oh, jeez.
Finn Balor taking out the tribal chief. He's got X's over his eyes. The demonic Universal Champion!
Roman's like, I gotta pull up my pants.
He's like, I'm not telling him to get my pants up.
I have to have my pants up. Oh. Kiwi Lollipop's like, you mentioned my name. I was in a meditation Zen session until you mentioned my last name, which is Lollipop. Ayla's like, oh, because autocorrect changed my LOL to Lollipop. Sorry. All right, everybody.
Lollipop, lollipop, lollipop.
Yeah. Ayla's like, but I mean, hi. Anyways, that is our cue. We're leaving.
We're off like a prom dress.
We'll be back again tomorrow, though, around noon Eastern time to do our predictions for Extreme Rules.
That's 9 a.m. Californian or Pacific.
Which that pay-per-view Extreme Rules is this Sunday.
At its normal time, 6 o'clock, but we'll be here around 5:30 for the pre-show.
Yes, and that is our time.
That's my time. So your time.
7:30 Eastern time.
We will be here.
All right, everybody. Rob is like, D, did you like Urkel? He was weird. Film says, hopefully my girl likes Bliss wins. And Sophie says, if Vince does call Omega, that opens the door for AEW and WWE crossover pay-per-view. Ayla says, night beaches, right?
I think it would
night
just
beaches.
be for AJ to say bye. That's all that would be.
Exactly.
But he would sign AJ to a lifetime contract first to make sure that he doesn't just leave right after the match and go.
Right. Kaufleshi says bye. Film Nation says yes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. Have a good night. If you're watching Rampage, it's going to be on TNT right now. And it'll be on for 2 hours.
All right, guys. We appreciate you. Go watch Joe DeBrest Wrestling TV. We're saying goodnight, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.